We just took another cog. Just got a little. Mother Nature is going to do some things.
When Mother Nature comes back, it's not necessarily balanced when she does it. It starts throwing the balance off. Now you can see already, is that tower starting to lose some stability? So what happens when an outside factor, we don't even have to touch the tower, but what happens when drought starts to come along and starts to shake the structure? We're losing some stability here. How many more bricks do you think we can keep pouring here? We're a long ways from where, this doesn't represent agriculture yet. I mean, not even close. So now let's use an insecticide. Now we're going out and killing the insects out in the system. We're moving more living components from the system.
Pollinators, the insects are just going to come out now. And all the functions they perform are going to be lost to us.
Now here we are trying to remove insects from the system, but guess what? You think Mother Nature likes that? Whenever we try using insecticide to kill or eradicate
crop insurance savings.
So I said, so we're going out there and trying to eradicate a living component of this system. That doesn't work. Mother Nature doesn't like that. She likes them to come back. So she keeps, every time we try to remove something, Mother Nature is always going to put it back for us. So are we representing agriculture yet? The state of agriculture yet? That's still fairly stable. What else can we remove, Jay?
I think we can remove a number of things. I think one of the biggest issues when everything we talked about today, when people move forward into new systems, one of the first things that happens is you build soil aggregates. So I think we need to remove the soil aggregate proportion and compress our soils. Go ahead and compress.
Good luck. Let's see how far we can push our luck with agriculture.
Oh man.
Honey, I won't be in tonight. I gotta stay.
Well, you're starting to run into trouble already, aren't you?
Yeah.
You notice I'm doing a spiral, which nature loves.
I think that's called twisting out of control.
Hey, sadly, if we keep playing the game that we're playing known as conventional agriculture, that will be the state of what happens.
Well, I think we had a good example of it in 2012 across the nation. We stressed, think of the U.S. as a farm, as your farm. And you've got quite a few monoculture, some two-crop systems that, especially across Indiana, Ohio, Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, and they got stressed this year. When the drought stress occurred, some places it occurred very profoundly. Some places it was kind of medium type stress. Some places the drought was kind of light. But one thing it all had in common, these systems started to collapse. And when that collapse occurred, you're looking at, and Mr. Brendon explained it very well earlier this morning, that we took the diversity out of these systems. We lowered our soil organic matter levels. We made our bucket to hold water very small, because when you reduce your soil organic matter levels, your bucket to hold water gets lower and lower. You can make it bigger, but you got to work in the other direction. So we stressed them and they collapsed. Now I would think that should have just scared the crap out of the Secretary of Agriculture. You look at food security, and you look at what happened to us this year. Does that scare anybody? If we flipped it the other way and we got some extremely wet conditions, the soil health building aspect of it would have also assisted us, would have also helped. 2 years ago in North Dakota, we had whole counties that didn't get seeded due to wet conditions. Unprecedented. Never had before.
Well, what a good bean price we had here.
At least somebody benefited. We were fortunate in the counties that had soil health, we were able to get the crop. But there were whole counties that that never occurred. And these counties were growing primarily 1 to 2 crops. And so their resiliency wasn't there either. And as that block got pulled out and they got stressed, they collapsed.
Now we're fortunate because, like I said, we aren't to this point yet in agriculture. We're not close. The thing is, we don't know exactly where those blocks came back out of. We have a pretty good idea. What we can start doing, what we've done in our farm, is we started taking some of those bricks off the top and putting it back where they belong. We're so much more, we don't have to worry about the outside factors as much. We can handle stress better now. We've buffered everything. We've stabilized our crop yields. We don't have the highs and lows like it used to. It's stable because we're putting those bricks back and building that system and bringing diversity back in and building that tower back as close as we can. Now, even when you look at the guys that are most progressive in this country, they're still the best in the country. They still have some holes there. As we keep moving forward, we keep figuring out where more and more of these bricks went and where they belong. So it's our job to put that thing back as much as possible to represent what it looked like before we started. That's our goal in our farm, is to put it back. Because man comes in, we're really good at messing things up when it comes to complete systems like that. So we need to start putting the bricks back. And then you can take it and make another analogy out of it too. So now instead of that tower represented agriculture, now let's make that tower represent a community, and agriculture is part of the bricks in that. What happens when agriculture collapses and you remove agriculture from that tower? Do we stand a chance with agriculture on a global sense? So that's one of the questions that's supposed to be, what am I supposed to talk about? Well, tell me the importance of soil health. It's hard enough getting farmers to care about soil health, which is mind-boggling. I mean, soil health is important to every single producer. I don't care if they grow a single plant or not. It's everyone. It's a global problem.
And it doesn't apply just, it also applies to everything from tree orchards to the truck gardens, to the garden in the backyard, to the cropping system, to the grazing system, the impacts and all of that. The recognition that's come to it in the last number of years is long overdue. That we have to build these systems back, and we can restore them, and that's the exciting part. And